A claps.
What's up, Sugarfoots? It's your girl Keisha, and I'm here with this week's All Tea All Shade Love and Hip Hop Atlanta Season 12, Episode 9 recap. But before I begin, you guys must check out my Diddy indictment video. I detail everything that was written in the indictment, including video footage. You guys do not want to miss it. It's up right now on my channel. Check it out. But this week's episode begins with Zell telling Karlie that he's going to have a baby mama reveal and that he has a baby on the way. She's super excited for him. He says that he's going to invite everybody, including Sierra, because they've been, on the outs with one another. And of course, he's going to invite his girl Bambi, which Karlie rolls her eyes at because, they are beefing with one another. Well, pretty much Karlie's beefing with Bambi. Bambi ain't really beefing with Karlie. Jessica White invites Shekinah out to this farm because she says that the world is ending. And everybody needs to be growing their own food and getting bunkers and need to be prepared for the zombie apocalypse. I do think that we all need to, be farming and all of that type of stuff. I don't know about the world ending, but hey, who knows? Once we see Jesus come about the sky, that's when I'll believe it. It was a really cute and funny scene. And even though Jessica's a drunk, Jessica is funny to me. She has a lot of little funny, quirky moments. And it's good to see somebody on this show that's so opposite of everybody else. So Jessica tells Shekinah that she moved out of Karlie's apartment because Karlie was acting funny towards her. She kept on talking about her to people. And she also said that, it was always her asking Karlie, how you doing? What's going on in your life? But it was never reciprocated to her. And we all know that Karlie is a very selfish friend. She gets into it with everybody. Everybody can't be saying the same thing about you and it not be true. She is just a horrible friend. Everything is about her. She disregards other people's feelings, their space, and everything else. And, Jessica really had Karlie's back, but, she had to see it for herself, what everybody else has been talking about when it comes to her. Kirk and Scrappy, Mendices, Chaotic, and Jock all are at this event together. And Kirk tells them that, him and Rashida are going through some stuff. Jasmine's accusing him of trying to sleep with her. He denies it, of course. Even the guys didn't even believe him. They was even looking at him like, I don't know if I believe you, dog. They was even like, well, if she's saying that you said this in a text message, where are your text messages? And he tells her, I delete my thread because I don't want to see negativity in my phone. And they looking at him like, dog, come on now. We all men around here. We all know if you delete messages, you guilty. Okay. And to get the heat up off of him, Kirk then brings up how Jasmine mentioned that Mendices was at her bar or whatever. Mendices was real quick to say, I went there one time. I didn't even know that was your baby mama until somebody pointed out, and I never went there again. He was making sure that he wasn't involved in this mess. But it was like he was nervous, though. Nervous a little bit. If you go back and look at the scene, his eyes was darting left and right. Let me find out Yandy be over there jumping on that man. Because Yandy is a big body biz. She looked like she had turned Mendices up, okay? Kirk then goes on to accuse Jasmine of using the child support money he's given her in the past to go and get her body done. Now, if she did do that, that's some trifling mess. And she shouldn't do that. That money is not for her body to get done. It's for her baby. But we don't have proof of this. For all we know, he could be lying. Jock and Kendra hit the screen because Jock, during the beginning of summer or early spring, was caught in a parking lot at night with a girl in between his legs as he was sitting on the hood of his car, all up in his face, like they were having a very intimate argument with one another. I saw them holding hands. He denies it, but I know what I saw. I ain't that dang on blind, okay? Well, it was all over the blogs. Everybody was like, heard y'all go cheating again. He talked about it on his radio show. Kendra at the time said that she was going to divorce him, this, that, and the third. Well, I guess this is supposed to be the day he talked about it on the radio. I don't really know. But she comes storming in the house saying she's sick of this. She tired of this. She tired of him embarrassing her. He explains the situation by saying it was involving two girls that he used to work with or worked at the radio station or worked for him. And one of the girls named Momo or something wasn't allowed into the event space because of the other girl. And when he left out that night to go home, the girl Momo was standing there waiting on him and was going off and this, that, and the third. And so she like, it don't matter. At the end of the day, should no woman be in your space like that outside of your wife? It was inappropriate. And he was like, I know you're right, this, that, and the third. And she was like, I'm not playing with you. She got all up in his face, chin checking him. And, you know, he was laughing about it. And she was like, ain't nothing funny. And he was like, you love me. And she just walks off. Now, for once, I will say that Kendra had every right to come at him the way that she did. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I feel like this was filmed way after the fact. The fact that he was smirking and laughing, you're not going to make me believe that this happened the day after he was caught. It gave very much, okay, Kendra, stomp up the steps, rush in the house, go off on him, get in his face. Because for once, you know, normally when she getting up in his face, he'd be standing there like, man, dog, you better get up on my face. He wasn't doing none of that. He was actually laughing, which makes me once again feel like this happened way after they had already made up. But regardless, I just don't take Kendra seriously. We've seen her act like this 50 million times. And there's never really any consequences on Jock's behalf. So I don't take her seriously. It's like, okay, girl, you do all that hooping and hollering for what? You ain't going nowhere. So shut it up. Scrappy has a family night with him, Erica, and their daughter, Imani, who has been staying with him ever since Imani got into it with Erica. Now, Erica says in her confessionals that Imani over there feeling herself. She dating some little boy, and the little boy got her head, and she ain't been doing what she needs to do in school. Her grades have dropped, and that's what they got into it over. So Scrappy wanted to hold a little family meeting, to see if we can get everything back on track. So they sit down, and Imani says, that she's going through a lot. It's a lot with social media and everybody talking about what's going on between her parents. Like, it's weird. Like, it's just a lot. And they kind of looking at each other like, oh shit, like, yeah, we forgot like this would affect you. You know what I'm saying? So Erica's like, well, we're not dating. And Scrappy in his confession was like, oh, I thought, we kind of were, but Erica said we ain't. So Erica was like, well, until you get your grades up, we're taking your car from you. Now, mind you, I think it was for her graduation or something like that, or her recent birthday. They had given her a brand new car. And Imani gets emotional, starts crying and gets upset because she was like, they did this to her doing another semester of school when she was getting good grades. And she was like, see, this is why I want to pay for my car myself, because it's like y'all use that over my head. And Scrappy bucked his eyes and was looking like, oh, she want to pay for something? Like, since when? Shit, if she want to pay for something, let her go ahead on and pay. But, she got real upset. She was like, she feel like they still treating her like a kid. And it's like, sweetheart, you still are a kid, like, at the end of the day. And I get it. You don't want people holding it over your head. You feel like, you're going into your womanhood. You don't want nobody taking nothing away from you at the end of the day. But also, they bless you with a car. The least you can do is keep up with your schoolwork. That's not that tough, So eventually she, calms down and was like, bet I'll do what I need to do and I'll get it together. So after that, it's the day of Zell's baby mama reveal. And Jessica, right off rip, is telling Kendra that she needs to divorce Jock and leave him alone and don't let nobody be out here embarrassing you publicly. And everything that she was saying was 1,000,000,000% correct. But wrong time, wrong place. You got all these different people there, people that she don't know. You know what I'm saying? And how close are you even with Kendra to be telling this girl that she need to leave her husband? She a grown woman. She know what she over there dealing with. And that's exactly what Shekinah said. Shekinah was like, girl, leave that girl alone. Shut up. Cause I'm like, Miss Mama, you crazy. Stay out that lady business. But Kendra handled it well. She basically, tried to ignore Jessica. But Zell did take her to the side and ask her, like, are you good? Like, how are you doing? Which I thought was very nice and very supportive and caring of him to do so. But he also stated in his confessional that he does believe that Kendra can do better than Jock. He was like, Jock is a cool dude, but at the end of the day, I do feel like she can do better. We all feel like she could do better. You know what I'm saying? But she got to know she can do better at the end of the day. So then all of a sudden the ambulance arrived and Zell is like, what is going on? He thinking this is his baby mama, might be miscarrying, but come to find out, Chaotic was there and he ended up passing out in the bathroom. So they called the police. I think they said either his blood pressure was low or his blood sugar was low or something. So they end up taking him to the hospital. Then the next thing we know, Sierra arrives. And you know what time it is. It is time for Keisha's Theater. Me and Zell relationship has been weird as fuck. But I do love my friend. And honestly, with Zell inviting me, I feel like this is his way of saying he apologized. He talks so much shit, but I'm not studying Zell. And honestly, I'm going through so much with my family. Bitch, I need a friend, okay? Then Karlie arrives and Zell does his baby mama reveal. And it's revealed that his baby mama Bree actually knows Sierra and Sierra knows her. So Sierra in her confessional says, oh my God, Zell, you ain't tell me your baby mama is a bitch from my side of town. Hold on now. We all know each other. They used to come in my shop and get their makeup done. And I used to have a line out the door, baby. And Bree was one of those girls. Her and her sisters. Baby, I no Bree. No Bree. Then she goes on to tell Kendra that Zell better not play with Bree because her family is with the shits, basically. And Karlie and Zell then join their conversation. And as they're talking, Karlie says that she might need her lawyer friend, talking about Kendra, when it comes to an issue with Bambi. And they like, you need a lawyer on Bambi? Like, what you talking about? So Karlie goes on to explain how one night they were going to visit Jessica White at one of Karlie's properties. So that apartment that old girl was staying in was one of Karlie's apartments. She wasn't actually staying there herself. She was letting Jessica stay there. Because y'all know I was judging. I was like, why is Jessica grown ass living with another woman? Like, what is going on here? But anywho, so Karlie and Bambi went to go see Jessica one night. When they were going through the security gate, Karlie's car went through successfully. And then Bambi's car was following her, but the gate is one of those gates that automatically come down after one car has passed through because, anybody could try to come in behind you, and be on some weirdo type stuff. But Bambi didn't expect for it to come down, and she ended up basically breaking the gate or whatever. She ended up running through the gate and breaking it. So Karlie says that, the leasing housing or whatever was reaching out to her about the gate, and she was the one that ended up having to pay to get it fixed. Bambi didn't give her the money. So Zell was like, Bambi, you need to come over here. People talking about suing you and lawyers. So Bambi comes over and she was like, what's going on? And Karlie was like, I've been contacting you about that gate. And she was like, girl, are you really bringing this up about a gate? Like, are you really? And I'm looking like, well, girl, you did break it. You should have gave her the money for it. Like, what's the issue? Like, you broke it. So yeah, you do owe her money for that. But then the real issue is Karlie then says, and on top of that, you trying to get with my man. And she was like, what? She was like, yeah, you been going after my ex Kai, and he said that y'all smashed, and Bambi lost it. Bambi was like, girl, if you don't get out of here somewhere with that. She was like, you are weird and you are a liar. And she rears her hand back like she was going to hit her. And of course, Karlie, scary butt, got the jumping. So security and everybody jumps in between them. They're loud talking to each other. And Karlie was like, slut, why would you do business with Kai? And Bambi was like, girl, yeah, I do business with him. That don't mean I'm sleeping with him. And she then takes her phone and throws it at Karlie. Now, y'all know most times when people be throwing stuff on reality shows, it don't land. Well, this time it landed. That phone hit Karlie dead in the top of her head. And I was like, that's what you get. Because dang on well that girl ain't sleeping with Uncle Fester. Girl, don't nobody want that man but you. Ugh, gross. So Karlie told him some Kai don't do business with nobody unless he effing them. And Shekinah was like, girl, Karlie, stop. That girl not trying to fuck your nigga. Like, stop. So Sierra escorts Karlie out. And she was like, this girl gender reveal baby shower. Come on, Karlie. I feel like I'm having a nervous breakdown. We can't be doing this for real. And then Bambi is, still mad. Like, I cannot believe this girl is accusing me of sleeping with this man. And Shekinah was like, yeah, I can't believe she going there too, because at the end of the day, he tried to do business with me. I ain't tried to sleep with him. You know what I'm saying? And the episode goes off. Child, it was more so funny than anything this episode. But yeah, Karlie tripping. She need to get on somewhere. It's like she just do anything for television. And like, when is it gonna be enough for you? Like, anybody that you was friends with on this show, you ain't even friends with no more. Do you even have friends on the show outside of Zell now? But like, all the girls you have alienated. Like, grow up. You older than everybody on here. Sit down somewhere, girl. Goodness gracious. But I'm going to give this week's episode of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta a B+. It was quite entertaining. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about it. Let's talk about it down below in the comment section. Please make sure to thumbs up this video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on your post notifications so you know when my videos drop. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.